good reports to help us as a commission understand what we needed to do and make the right decision for the people of our state and the users of these resources. So thank you all for your hard work so we could do our job. Solicitation of agenda items for our next meeting, which will actually be in March. We'll be back here in Pier. Any items that the commission would like to see brought forward? Seeing none, we do have a few remarks that we're going to share. I'm going to throw it to the department for the next round of remarks. Secretary.
Well, thank you, Madam Chair. And this does conclude one of our commissioners' last meeting. He's been with us for 8 years, Mr. John Locken, sitting to my right, and he has never missed a meeting. Perfect attendance. Give John a round of applause for that. John, you've been a phenomenal commissioner, and I remember the first time it was Kelly Heckler and I that interviewed you in a room in Aberdeen, and I thought to myself, this is our guy. And this has been a great run, and I've been alongside of you every step of the way. I do have a few things for you, and the first being on behalf of Governor Roden, he'd like to thank you for your 8 years of service and dedication to the great state of South Dakota and to the dedication to not just the public, but game fishing parks in particular. Here he had a handwritten thank you letter signed by him, and very, very deserving, John, of that, and very, just grateful for your service, your public service. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. There's been a lot of phone calls, a lot of conversations, a lot of work that has gone into those last 8 years. We've taken on a lot of big issues at times, and you were there to help navigate along the way. Along with that, the commission and the department also wants to present with you a gift here that Deputy Secretary Simpson has literally ran down the UPS man to get this here on time. So we do have a gift, and Deputy Secretary, do you want to explain the gift a little bit and do the presentation? Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Secretary Roebling. A little personal privilege, if I could, Madam Chair. So when John came on the commission 8 years ago, I saw an opportunity. I've got a little hobby farm on northwestern South Dakota, and I saw a very successful farmer coming onto our board, and I thought, man, I have to pick his brain about some things, right? So over the years, as Kevin said, 80 different times we've been able to get together, and whether it be over a meal, during a meeting break, maybe over an adult beverage or two, I've been able to pick John's brain about seed and herbicide and buying land and all those kinds of things. He's really taught me a lot about what it takes to be a successful ag producer. But the biggest lesson that I learned from John about being an ag producer was in a story that he told. John, for a couple of years, had gone into a John Deere dealership, and there was a little pedal tractor that was up on the shelf. And he'd go in there and he'd ask the guy at the counter. He'd say, what do you need for that? And the guy started at a number, and it was, oh man, that was a little bit more than John was going to be willing to pay. So over time, he worked him down to a price, and got him down to where he thought it was pretty reasonable. And the guy finally said, yeah, I'll take that. And John said, well, okay, I'll pay that, but on the invoice, I needed to say tractor parts. Because John wanted to make sure that it was a farm expense. And that was one of the biggest lessons that I learned, is that as an ag producer, there are lots of opportunities that show some expense. So thank you for that, John, and that play a little role here. So it's been tradition for the commission and the department to buy a bat for a commissioner that's leaving. And it symbolizes what that commissioner has done as far as going to bat for the commission, for going to bat for the citizens of the state, to go back for the resources that we have in the state. And John is very deserving of that. And we have something for him here today. Now, the other part of that is that somehow I have become the official bat orderer for the commission. And so it's kind of up to me as to what we buy and how we buy it and what it says on the bat and all those good things. So, go ahead, Chris. So as I put this thing together, I went back to John's lesson and taking every advantage of an opportunity, John, we'd like to present you today with a John Deere cattle tank ice remover and semi-tire checker.
Well, thank you very much. You know, I'll tell a little story. I really appreciate this. My wife had a big old china closet, you know, probably she got from a great grandma or something like that. And she was gonna take it to the Goodwill or something, or to the shop that resells some of that stuff. And I kind of bowled my way in, and I moved it into the bedroom, and I've kind of turned it into my personal museum, and now I've got a restored 1959 Harley Davidson sitting beside it in the bedroom. I'll put Christmas lights on and stuff, and I'll find a special place for this, to be sure to tell the governor I really appreciate it. I want to say thanks for putting up with me for all these years. You know, Kevin, well, let me start with Russ Olson and Chuck Spring. You know, the last two commissioners that have left, they both choked up when they got talking about it. It really means something to be on this commission for the state of South Dakota and the people of South Dakota. And I've really been honored and proud to be on. I've made all the meetings. It's, you know, I will say I farm, and there's a few times I've pulled out of the yard in the morning, and there's 2 combines, 2 tractors hooked to grain carts, and 6 semis in the yard. And it's kind of tough to get away, but you know, I just figured I'm committed to it, I'm going to do it. So I have to thank my wife Dana and my family. They've really covered for me. They've really done a good job. And Kevin asked me last night what I'm most proud about, and I gave it some thought. And one of the things that I was really proud about was that this comment was not made to me. I overheard 2 other commissioners talking, and one of them said to the other one, he said, well, we don't have to worry about looking out for the little guy. Commissioner Locken is always looking out for the little guy. So I hope that, you know, I hope the people in South Dakota realize that. And then Dana made a comment yesterday that, doggone it, you did a good job, she said. So I really appreciate that. And it's been an honor. The staff is fabulous. I guess you know, every one of the people that have presented have just been fabulous through the years. The sportsmen and women have been great. I'm going to go off script a little bit and say there's a couple of people that I want to make a shout out to. We've shouted out to tourism. They've been such work together with us and done a fabulous job. And the other one is DOT. We've never given them credit. You know, you can bring people in from out of state, you can travel across the state, and DOT has done a fabulous job on the infrastructure in the state. And I'm going to point to one more person over here, Bob Mercer. He's started with the Aberdeen paper, Aberdeen American News, in 1984, I guess it was, and he's done such a fabulous job. He's always done a great job of reporting for the department, and he's really an icon in the state. And I suppose I've read his articles since I was probably in grade school. I don't know. But he's done a great job, and I'm sure I can speak for everybody. But my wife and I have 4 kids, and they all call South Dakota home, and we want to make it a better place, and it all fits together. The recreation aspect is so important to a society, and we'd be like the rest of the world if we didn't have recreation, and that's why I'm so proud of South Dakota and proud to call it home, and proud to work with all you
here's another gift.
Oh, boy, I didn't expect that.
Just a little GFP swag and a card as well, and just want to thank you for your years of service. So, yeah, it's a good farewell gift.
Oh, that's perfect. You say it's a flag?
Swag, a little swag. So there's a sweatshirt in there, and also your tag, a commissioner tag, along with, yeah, you can pull it out of there.
Sure. Well, I'll wear that with pride. It's my favorite Carhartt.
Very good.
Very good. Well, with that, we are going to conclude our meeting.
Be safe. Oh, I will.
I think it runs out to like 200. I'm like, are you dead? Yeah, I think so. Drops it.
If you had some calves, I'd probably bought them. But you don't have to,
Well, you never know. Yeah. My goal was about 2 years ago.
And everything's good because possibility. Keep going.
If you want to get that Harley out of bed, you're on the road.
It's a big fan.
We got good family.